everyone, it's currently a Sunday and I've just finished getting ready because we're about to head out to an antique centre. If any of you watched my Edinburgh vlog, you might remember that we picked up a couple of prints, two like botanical style prints which I'll show you in a minute, and a map of Middle-earth from the Knight's Vault. So we're going to go to the antique centre and see if we can pick up some frames from there. I'm not sure if they'll just sell the frames on their own or whether we might have to buy like the picture inside the frame, but we'll have a look. It's quite a big antique centre that we're going to. I think it's called GB Antiques and it's in Lancaster. I've been quite a few times now and it's a bit of a maze in there, but there is like loads and loads of stuff. Some of it is a little bit of tat, to be honest. You really kind of have to spend a lot of time looking at things individually. It can be quite overwhelming, but I do love having a look around there. You do have to pay, I think, a couple of pounds to get in, which I don't mind paying if it helps keep places like that open. Yeah, we're gonna head there now. There's also a little farm shop next door, which I'm sure we'll have a look in as well. But before we get going, if you could just give the video a like and subscribe to see all my future content. And I will also show you a quick look at the prints that we're trying to find the frames for. So these are the two like botanical style prints that we're trying to put on the wall if we can find frames that fit. They are quite large. They're probably like a similar size to these ones that we've got here. So we're either thinking of replacing these ones and putting these two there, or putting them somewhere else. We'll see when we get back if we manage to find anything at the antique centre. And then we've also got over here, got our map of Middle-earth print, which we also got from Edinburgh. So yeah, I'd really like to get a frame for this that's maybe like gold or like a nice wooden one if we can find anything. Here we are at the antique centre. I didn't realise that GB Antiques is actually one of the largest antique centres in Britain, but like I said, it is massive inside and a bit like a maze. We did pay a few pounds to get inside each, and when you first walk in, there's a few smaller rooms which must belong to individual dealers. We saw this unusual map sort of thing straight away when we first walked in, which we actually really liked. And then in the next room along, we saw lots of teacups and saucers and other bits of china. We did also see a few frames in this first part, but none were the right size, unfortunately. We then walked through to the main area, which is the part where it's very easy to get lost and lose your bearings. I saw some more artwork which I really liked, like these ones with flowers on, but our house at the minute just isn't really the right style for things like this, but one day I'd love to get an older house to put things like this in. My boyfriend Max was also very interested in these Roman helmets, which I can't say are my thing, to be honest, but then we did see something which is more up my street, and they were these afternoon tea cake stands, which I really liked. I've recently been given a full Chinese tea set from Max's grandparents who sadly passed away, so I'd like to get a cake stand to go with that at some point. We then saw some more frames which I liked, but again they were just either too big or too small, which was just typical. We then also passed my favourite section, which is where all the old books were. I love looking through like vintage and antique books to see if there's any that I might want to buy, just to like go on a shelf at home. I really like the look of them. Next to the books were also a few vintage perfume bottles, which I really like. I think they would look really nice on a shelf as like a decor piece. And then as we carried on walking through this section, we saw this Gilbert piano, and I don't know anything about pianos, I can't play piano, but this was £80, which to me seems very, very cheap. I would love to learn piano one day, and it is definitely on my bucket list. I then saw some very bizarre cushions, with one that appeared to be a chihuahua dressed up as Michael Jackson. And once again, Max was very distracted, but this time it was because of these Star Wars pictures and these Harry Potter colour-changing mugs. Once I'd pulled them away from those, we then came across the section where all of the large pieces of furniture are. They have so much furniture. If you're looking to upcycle something, then I highly recommend coming to look at an antique centre. There was everything from like dining tables to wardrobes and chests of drawers for really, really good value and good quality as well. We then hit the jackpot and finally found a frame that would fit one of our prints in, and it was only £10 for like a solid wooden frame, which I thought was a bargain. If I ever decide to upcycle any old pieces of furniture, I will definitely be coming back here if I ever need any like handles or anything. Look how many there were absolutely loads. We also saw loads of gold mirrors, which were definitely my kind of style. Some were only like £20, which I think is so good. Again, I'll probably come back here at some point to buy some mirrors. I really liked this piece of art too. It was called something like Catching the Pony, and now I'm looking back, I'm kind of regretting not buying it. Now this section is for anyone who might collect comics. That isn't me, but if it's you, then there were so many old comic books. My eyes were then drawn away from here, and I was drawn to this gold-plated tea set, which was very, very fancy. And I thought it was really nice, but Max said it was ugly, which kind of made me sad. He then got distracted again by these Hogwarts signs, which I then showed him this one in response. On the way out, we walked past this amazing dressing table, which I could just see myself sitting there pretending I'm Elizabeth Bennet or something from Pride and Prejudice. I then saw the price tag and thought, yeah, maybe not. In total, we've probably spent about an hour and a half looking around. You could easily spend hours in here looking around at everything. There's just so much stuff in there, and you never know what you might find in there. Each time I've been, there's always been different stuff, and I love just going to have a look to see if there's any little bits of treasure that I might be able to find in there. We are back home now, and we've just had some lunch. We got a little sausage roll from the farm shop, which is next door to the antique centre, which was really nice. And we managed to get one frame, but we were unlucky with the other two prints that we've got because they are quite big, and a lot of the frames that were there were either too small or like massive, and a lot of them that were sort of the right size were quite damaged or just weren't really the style that we were looking for. But we did manage to get one, which is better than nothing. So the one that we got was £10, and we're going to obviously take the picture that's inside it out. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that yet. This is the frame. It has got a little bit of a mark on it here. Oop, it's got a little bit of a mark there, but we're hoping that we can either maybe give it a wipe down and then maybe just get a little bit of gold paint and fix that. But yeah, for £10 I thought it was nice. I like the gold trim that's in it, and I think it will match the sort of vibe once the Middle Earth print is in there. So yeah, it was £10, and then on the back, this is why I don't know what to do with the picture that's inside it. It's got a authenticity certificate on the back for the picture that's in there. So we'll try and keep that safe and decide what we want to do with it later. So yeah, we're going to put this in here and then get it up on the wall. I've still got no idea where it's going to go, but we'll have a look again once the print is inside it. The print is now in the frame. Sorry, the lighting's not great in here, but I'll just move a bit nearer so you can see. The one thing that is annoying me is, like I said, it's this little mark here, which I'm hoping you can see it looks like a little scratch or chip just out of that part of the frame. I'm hoping maybe that we can get some gold paint to just colour that in a little bit, and then I think it'll be much less noticeable. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think the actual print itself was about £12.50. And then obviously the frame that we bought today from the antique centre was £10. So yeah, for like 20 quid, I don't think that that is bad at all. Bit of a shame that we didn't find any frames for the other two, but I think we're going to struggle with that, getting them from like a second-hand place, because they are quite big, and I think trying to find two that are like the same frames like we've got here is going to be a bit hard, trying to get them second-hand at like the same size and the same style and stuff. So maybe we'll just have to look on Etsy or somewhere like that for those. The rest of the day now, we're just going to be chilling out. I think we're going to have maybe like a roast dinner or something for tea later on. And we actually started watching The Last of Us last night. I think it's season 1 has already finished now, so we're a little bit behind. I think we're on like episode 3 now. We've just finished the episode with Bill and Frank last night, which was so sad. I was literally in tears. It was really emotional. But it was actually quite a good episode to watch before we went to bed last night, because I don't know if anyone else can relate, but I get really bad nightmares when I'm watching anything that's like horror related. So watching The Walking Dead, I used to get really bad nightmares when we watched that. We actually stopped watching that when we were on like season 6 or something, and we've not finished it because I just find it too intense to watch. I don't know, I don't find it that scary when I'm watching it. It just seems to be at night. It really affects my sleep. But so last night, yeah, we started watching The Last of Us, and I didn't really struggle with my sleep last night, but maybe that is because the episode that we watched before we went to bed wasn't really scary. It was more just like sad than anything. So we're going to finish watching a little bit more of that tonight. I'm actually going away next weekend. I don't actually know where. My boyfriend has booked something as a surprise, and he's told me that it would be a good place to vlog. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!